Yep.
Welcome, everyone, and welcome to this week's 3WND podcast. 3WND is the best place online to hear the biggest and funniest news stories from around the world this week. I'm Jason.
I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob. Welcome back again.
Yeah. Hey, how's it going, everyone?
Good.
Some good.
Sweaty.
Excellent. Everyone's safe? Oh, man. It's very, very hot here at the moment. What about you, Jason? How is it? Is it hot in Berlin?
Yeah, we're a little bit behind you. We'll get to 30 plus in a couple of days.
Yeah,
So,
it's supposed to
heating
rain
up.
weekend here. See, you've got the good end of it. But,
Yeah, it's pretty hot.
yeah. But it's been another crazy week in the world, right?
Certainly has. So we've got definitely a long list of articles we could talk about. We've picked our favorite or ones we think are most kind of noteworthy to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And the starting place is a big story from my hometown in England, Reading, and the attack that happened last Saturday. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweet out the article that we're following, so anyone can read it along with us. So that's gone. So what happened was there was a stabbing took place last Saturday, 7 p.m. in the evening. I think there were 6 people stabbed. 3 later on all the time died. 3 didn't die but had serious injuries. The stabbing has been treated as a terrorist attack, which is pretty crazy. I don't think there's been too many terrorist attacks in Reading before.
No. See, this was lucky because I was in Reading last Saturday and I walked through that park 10 minutes before it happened.
Forbury Gardens.
Oh my God. Wow.
No way.
Yeah, I know. I didn't know anything about it. I just walked through it, got on my train home, and then I went to go meet one of our mates. And he was like, "Oh, did you see what happened in Reading?" I was like, "No, what?" And then we looked like, bloody hell. Yeah, so I kind of got lucky with that one, really. But my God, yeah, a bit close to home. But it was a crazy situation. They have the guy now, correct?
Yeah, so the backstory to this guy is he is a Libyan asylum seeker who's known to have mental health issues and has been known by the MI5 as having radical views. So he has got a history. It's one of these big conversations, right? When asylum seekers come into the country, they're kind of let loose, then they go and do something like this. It brings up the big kind of topic of asylum seekers, refugees, immigrants, which, when things like this happen, it looks really bad for refugees and immigrants and such. But in this case, it's pretty shocking, really.
Yeah, especially because he was known for so long. Well, but obviously, not a lot they could do about him.
They always seem to be known, don't they? Like, I don't remember there ever being a time where they're like, "Oh, we didn't know about this guy." It always seems to be, "Yeah, we've known about this guy."
Yeah.
I'm not even sure why they admit he's been on their radar, because it just makes them look worse. Obviously, it's a situation where they probably can't do anything because they haven't done anything to get deported or arrested, but they still know he's a danger to society, which is kind of one of the awkward situations, isn't it?
Their list must be so long.
The funny thing here, yeah, do you know what I mean? And the one I'm reading here, right? So the reason why they weren't following him closely is they believe he had no clear ideology. And apparently he's converted to Christianity, which I guess they were like, hey, he's a Christian. We don't know what he believes. He must be okay. Clearly not.
Yeah, it's a tricky situation. They're not able to, because he's an asylum seeker, they're not allowed to deport him back to a country deemed, risky for them to go back to. That's the problem. I'm not sure if that's something that changes once we leave the EU, or
yeah, I'm not sure actually.
I think this might have been part of the reasoning that they wanted the power back to be able to deport them. But yeah, that's a dicey subject. I'm not really sure on the ins and outs of that one. But
do you think you've been affected in a different way to previous terror attacks in the news? Because, well, for either of you, one, Mark was there, and 2, it's Jason's hometown. He probably knows the park. Do you think
Well, I've got a similar story to Mark. A few years ago, there was a terrorist attack in London on London Bridge. And I was watching, I was on London Bridge, me and my girlfriend on 2 hours, an hour and a half before the attack.
Oh, wow, really?
We were on the bridge, and we literally from there got the train home. So we literally got the train back to Basingstoke. And we turned on the news, and there was one of the attacks on the bridge was where we were an hour and a half ago, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, especially because I'm away from Reading, away from the UK, so suddenly there's something pretty bad happening in Reading when my family lives. It's pretty brings it a little closer to home, right? It could happen to anyone at any time, like Forbury Gardens in Reading.
That's why when
Freaking
people say,
stuff
"Oh,
like
you
that,
shouldn't
man.
go to this country or this place, it's not safe," you don't know what is. It's just bad timing, isn't it? Essentially, it comes down to.
Yeah.
You can be anywhere. You could be in your back garden and someone just jump it and knife you. You don't know. Well, funnily enough, actually, going back a little bit more. Actually, me and Rob went on holiday to Germany when he just come back from traveling, and we were debating: do we go to Germany and go to Berlin, or do we go to France and go to Paris?
Berlin.
And we decided to go to Berlin in the end. And that same weekend was when that terrorist attack happened in Paris, where what was it? Was it a bomb or something? And people were getting knifed. And there was one like outside the stadium.
Nightclub, wasn't it?
Oh no, it wasn't a nightclub. It was a gig.
Oh,
Was
right,
it a music gig? Yeah.
Yeah, and then
guns.
that same evening, I think
That was
France were
massive.
playing someone in the football, and something happened. Some matey either blew himself up or was knifing people outside the stadium, all related to it. So we kind of had a lucky call there as well. So we should count our fortunes, really, us three, I guess.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, we're all closer to than we realise, which is pretty.
You just never know, right?
I think I knew people that were at the Borough Market. I think the day before the attack happened there. So I guess being in cities like London and Berlin, and I guess Reading's like if it happens places there like that. Sorry, it kind of just makes you feel like, God, imagine if I chose a different day or an hour earlier or 10 minutes in Mark's case. Because the attacker's not really going for anyone specific. It's, it could be anyone.
Yeah.
It does hit
wrong
home.
place, wrong time. Count your blessings and stay alert.
Yeah.
So moving on from Reading, I'm sure there'll be more and more news about that in the background of the attacker. Staying on English news, got an interesting story. I think was it today or yesterday? So Brixton, and it's quite a shocking headline comparing what's happened to the US over the last couple of weeks. 22 officers injured and police cars smashed after a street party in Brixton. So massive party, one of these illegal raves, I guess, that English people love to kind of be involved in right now.
Apparently.
So residents of the local area were disturbed by it. They called the police. The police showed up, and they were pretty much met by a riot. So yeah, police were attacked and injured. Police cars smashed. So what's going on in England these days, guys? It's carnage.
I think people just went a bit crazy on the lockdown situation.
Yeah.
I think it's just got to a lot of people, and obviously when they've seen there's been an event and they've just gone a bit wild to try and release some stress, and obviously they've gone too over the top, and it's all hit the fan. And then, funnily enough, right where I live, over lockdown, there were some people that just went mental. Like there's a matey that burnt his flat down and then jumped out the window. Yeah, and then a few days after that, someone battered someone else in the head with a hammer. In fact, Jason, you'll know the person because the person went to college with us that had done that. And I'll go into I can't say her name. I'll tell you later. And then a few days later, some bloke battered his missus and then got on top of his balcony threatening to jump. And that was all within about 4 weeks of lockdown. That everyone just went mental. Not been a single bit of. There's been nothing wrong around this area until that happened. All in the same week. It's unbelievable. And I think in this breath, a lot of the same stuff's going on. People have just lost the plot and doing things they shouldn't be doing, and it's causing a lot of mayhem essentially.
Yeah, I think this lockdown and these restrictions have had a larger impact on people's well-beings and kind of like mental health, which could be leading to some of this.
So this was an illegal party, right?
Yeah.
A street party.
But I'm saying this wouldn't have probably came about without lockdown. I reckon people just went and tried to lose some of their stress, and
People are rebelling against the system.
Yeah,
Rebelling against.
they went too mental.
Rage against the machine.
It's crazy, but it's refreshing to see some news in England rather than America, right?
Yeah.
Not that it's good
2020.
news. It's all bad news, but it's news.
Yeah.
News is
2020
always
needed a
bad,
terror
but,
attack, that's for sure.
I mean, don't
And it got one.
quote me or Jason on that one, but
And it happened in Reading, of all places. I'm still shocked by that. And like, I know one of the guys that going back to Reading quickly. One of the ones killed was an American, which is pretty shocking, isn't it? Really? How many Americans in England, right? And you then get killed. So I guess everyone in America is talking about, in that area anyway, like talking about Reading, and just talking about how a terrorist attack happened there, right?
There was actually quite a lot of knife crime at the weekend because Basingstoke had someone knifed on the same day as the Reading one, and then the day after as well. So there's a lot of it going around.
Yeah, closer to my home, 2 people found dead in Wembley as well, right?
Yeah, Nisha's friend found them. Crazy.
Wow, really?
Mm-hmm.
Our friend's friend found the dead bodies. Wow.
Yeah. So
it's still too close to home, I feel. All of these stories are quite close to home. And
I'm scared, you guys. We need to get out of it.
What's going on? What's going on?
This could be our last podcast for all we know. Don't worry, I'll still continue it, even if one of these dead.
We carry on. So staying with England, and so there's not much to talk about Black Lives Matter, but there is a White Lives Matter story in England. So this is the football match, Burnley v Man City, right? And the plane was private plane flown over the stadium with a banner that said "White Lives Matter Burnley." Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty shocking, isn't it?
I don't really understand what they were getting out of this.
I'm just going to tweet this one out as well.
Did they just think that people are going to go, oh, crap, yeah, white lies?
When I first saw this, I initially thought it was like banter. It was a bit of a joke. I mean, I know it's going to be really offensive, but the first thing when I saw White Lives Matter, I kind of laughed to myself. Like it was a prank in a way. But I'm assuming it's not.
I don't know much of the guy's background, but he has been sacked from his job.
Yeah.
Since they found out who done it. It was some engineer guy who was a Burnley fan. Because people should say, well, it doesn't necessarily have to be a Burnley fan. He could be playing a prank on Burnley, which, well, you could see if he's trying to give Burnley a bad name, not necessarily being a Burnley, it could be a Blackburn fan of rivals.
Don't we all want to give Burnley a bad name? That's common, right?
It's a lot of effort, isn't it?
I wonder how much it cost, right? Just to do this, then to get fired. Oh, what an idiot.
Yeah. I mean, they've had bad press since the In-Betweeners movie where the football fans are Burnley fans. And
really?
Yeah. They're like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they're singing on the bus. And then Will's like, people will ask if I like football. I said, yes, I do like football, but not Burnley. I fucking hate Burnley. And this is going to enhance their reputation further.
I got some
in general.
I got some personal news on this one. It's not personal news. It's social media interaction.
Okay.
No, I wish I owned a plane. But yeah. So this came from Vice UK on our Instagram, which is 3WMD. So search us and look for us. Yeah. So Vice UK had a picture of the banner being flown over the stadium. And their caption was Burnley fans who flew the White Lives Matter banner to be given lifetime bans. And a lot of people were just like, it's not a crime. It's not an evil statement, freedom of speech, blah, blah, blah. A lot of people were defending this banner, basically. And I thought, I'll get involved on behalf of all of us, if you don't mind. So I said, I think people need to ask themselves, why did the Black Lives Matter movement start? And then ask themselves, why did someone have to counter that by flying this banner? So, like, the White Lives Matter is just basically going against a movement that started that had a purpose, and you know, so I was just putting that out there. It got 2 likes, but someone replied. We called him Mac. That's not an alias. Anyway, he said he responded to my comment saying, the important question is, if you respond to the statement that white lives matter with anything besides enthusiastic support, by what method should you commit suicide? So, yeah, I appreciate Mac's response.
So Max was not a fan of the White Lives Matter movement.
No, I think he is. I think he's suggesting that I should kill myself because I don't support it with enthusiasm. That's what I get.
What?
Wow.
Yeah. So I said people need to ask themselves why the Black Lives Matter movement started, and he responded with the important question is, if you respond to the statement that white lives matter with anything besides enthusiastic support, by what method should you commit suicide?
I don't understand what he means with this.
Yeah, it's a bit weird
if you
English.
Don't back it, go and kill yourself. Yeah.
I think he's saying if you don't think your life matters because you're white, kill yourself? Or is he saying...
If you don't back the White Lives Matter movement, you should kill yourself.
Yeah, I think he's saying if you don't back your own race, like your race is life mattering.
I don't know if he knows what he means.
So I responded. I responded with a crying with laughter.
You're gonna get us like
and amazing.
my heads, bro. My head.
But yeah, so I went further and I started a poll. I posted that story, and you know, because I appreciate everyone else has their opinion.
What was the question?
So I just, you know, I took the statement that Vice UK had saying Burnley fans flew the White Lives Matter banner to be given lifetime bans, and I said correct decision with question marks. One person voted yes, and that one person is Mark. And we currently have 9 people voting no.
How can you not get a ban for that? Like, of course you should be. He's just doing your club an injustice by making you look like racists.
The club shouldn't want anyone like that supporting them.
You don't want bad supporters. You want people that are gonna do well for the club.
But then if you were to ban all the really bad football supporters, there won't be many supporters left, to be honest. Now they're gonna make their money.
I don't think it's the majority that are racist and homophobic. It'll be a very small minority.
Stereotypical British.
Yeah, but that's only a very small amount of people that aren't progressive enough to have moved on from this, surely.
I was wondering, does Burnley have any black players? Because imagine Nian and being a Burnley player, and then you see that. Imagine how embarrassed you'd be.
That's a very good shout.
Yeah,
to be fair.
They must have. They will have.
I don't even know.
But yeah, right.
Burnley must be the whitest team in England.
I'm going to quickly have a look for you boys and find out that.
I'm trying to do that as well, but I don't know. I'm stumbled across like tables and league.
I don't really. I watch a lot of Burnley. I don't.
I know
I watch a lot of football.
The club captain.
I'm scouring for it. Aaron Lennon.
Aaron Lennon made a Burnley.
Wow,
his career's gone uphill.
Okay, this is going to surprise you. Aaron Lennon is the only black player in the squad.
So maybe no. Oh my god, maybe there's a bigger race thing going on. That is pretty crazy, right?
And they've got a lot of English players. Wow.
I wonder if he's responded in any way that I haven't seen.
Are we sure Sean Dyche didn't make this fly this over there? That is crazy.
Yeah, a lot of people seem to agree with this White Lives Matter, according to my poll.
Yeah, so is this going to be like a really kind of growing movement against the Black Lives Matter?
I don't think so.
Bigger White Lives Matter.
It seems to have calmed down a lot since that come about on Monday. So I'd like to think this isn't going to take much steam.
I think everyone's realised this is just stupid and it was bad and like that's it.
Yeah, because there's no need for this movement, is it? We've been quite privileged anyways, to be honest. So yeah.
I'm not the type of person that's gonna like just jump on a bandwagon and say, you know, yes to whatever I'm supposed to think and supposed to say. But
Exactly.
But this type of thing is you need to ask yourself, where is the energy coming from? And it's only to fight against something that is supposed to be something positive. So yeah. Anyways, we'll see.
So let's move on. So sticking with the UK, I like to get my weekly Corona update from the UK. So I've heard July 4th is a big day in everyone's calendar.
Yes, that is when pubs will be reopening in some capacity, restaurants, cinemas, and flights to go abroad again. So that's some encouraging news. However, gyms and swimming pools and nail bars, which is a strange one, will be staying shut along with. I know. I need my cuticles done, man. But yeah, bowling alleys as well being shut still.
Makes sense. Bowling balls. Well, they're disgusting anyway. But can you imagine bowling in Corona times?
But couldn't you just wear gloves?
Why would you bother going then?
I just thought to myself as well, it's July the 4th, which is 4th of July is Independence Day. So are we getting aliens on 2020? I mean, a lot of people are predicting it.
Can we hold off a bit? Because being mine and Jason's birthday several days afterwards, you know.
I'm nowhere near you guys. You do what you like.
Best one.
Jeremy's going to be safe from any aliens.
I'm pretty sure if there's aliens taking over England, they ain't just going to leave England.
Yeah,
Are they going to land anywhere? Are they going to land on this tiny little island compared to Germany?
Well, Hollywood's told us if aliens attack anywhere, straight to the White House.
Yeah,
Reading,
we're safe. We're safe this side of the Atlantic.
I think it goes White House, New York, LA, and then maybe London and Tokyo.
Probably
London.
London.
Attack the Block. That was in
Tokyo.
London, right?
Yeah. Attack the Block.
Exactly. So yeah, we'll just do a little bet on what country is invaded first by the aliens.
It is a great day to open things up on July 4th. That's great planning.
Yeah, if that was America, that'd be crazy. Although not that actually stops them doing anything anyways. But yeah, I'm hoping to maybe get a flight out for a few days for my birthday. That would be nice. Might even be in Germany, ironically, when you're not going to be around the area.
Yeah, I'll be away for my birthday. But like, I'm driving somewhere, so you'll be getting a plane. I'm just not sure how comfortable I'd be getting on a plane just yet. It kind of just feels a bit desperate.
Maybe you just need to grow some cojones, you know?
And go on a flight and then potentially get coronavirus.
I could have died in Reading last week, so, you know, take what you can.
That's very true.
Exactly.
That's very true.
But yeah, I need to be doing something for my birthday. I can't be doing nothing. It's my 21st birthday. Again,
I'm kind of weirded out by these rules because I think our cinemas opening.
Correct.
So I don't know how they're going to do this, but how they're going to get people in cinema? Yeah, I heard apparently if you have like a boyfriend or girlfriend in a different household, you can see them, but you have to stay 1 meter apart from them at all times.
Well, no, that will be changing as well. You're allowed a bubble with another family, or if you live by yourself, you can have one other household to act like normal, so you can still hug them, have sex with them, whatever you want, essentially.
Wow, I'm so rude.
Wow, fornication is needed.
It's needed.
It's needed by everyone.
So the UK is opening back up. That's good to hear.
I think my next poll on Instagram is fornication needed.
If everyone says no but me, we've got the wrong fan base.
Yeah, there's something wrong with everyone else saying no, for sure.
Maybe they're all just frigid.
We're making more enemies than fans. I think that's a good start to our podcast careers.
Exactly that.
You know, you've made it when you have enemies. So you get some enemies.
I feel like I've made it since day one, if that's the case. Keep your enemies close. Maybe do a podcast of them. See what happens, you know?
Definitely. So, it's good to hear the UK is opening back up. And generally in Europe, things are okay. There seems to maybe be a little second spike, but now hopefully they're more localized and governments know how better to handle them, right? So
unless you're in the Americas, because they said USA and Brazil, they don't think they've even peaked yet. And that's worrying.
Yeah,
Brazil's
pretty shocking.
flew up in the last month and a half.
Yeah, it's really bad.
But then no one in America, they're not following any guidelines. Most of the people, they're all just thinking they're better than the system. And then when you've got Donald Trump in charge, probably going to think that anyway, but still idiots.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. Right. Should we leave it here for part 1?
Yes.
So yeah, we'll take a break.
And we'll come back with some amusing stories from around the world.
Got some good ones this week.
Stay
We
tuned.
do.
Cool.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. So second part of this podcast, we try and find really funny, more positive news stories because we know mainstream news is pretty depressing. And this week, we've got some good, funny stories.
There are some doozies in it this week.
There are some doozies. So we're scouring the internet and we're taking hours to get just the right stories for you guys. So jumping into them. This story, I'll read the headline and I'll talk a little bit of detail. So the headline is, Chinese man has his colon torn apart by 16-inch live eel after sticking into his rear to treat his constipation. I'm not sure I need to explain it much more.
I'm pretty sure the headline says a great deal about this situation.
So yeah. So just a little bit more detail because everyone clearly wants to hear it. So the man nearly died. He literally stuck an eel up his ass. The eel, the fish they call it, tore through his intestines and got stuck in his other insides. A guy in his 50s from China. Yeah, so we've learned one way not to deal with constipation is sticking an eel up your ass, guys. Just in case you're wondering.
I believe he heard of one of them natural remedy type things. This is something that was well known amongst some certain cultures. I don't understand who tried that first. That's got to be like a sexual thing, surely. Whoever tried that first.
It's not very sexual.
I don't get. Some people like certain things.
Certain things.
All right, Mark. Okay.
Not me.
A live eel up the arse is not one of them.
I'm just saying everything is a fetish to someone. And obviously whoever made this first, I can't think any reason why they would consider doing that unless they were doing it for a different reason.
Well, he does say it's a constipation issue he had, but I can think of bloody loads of ways to deal with constipation. I mean, everything makes me shit. I mean, coffee makes me shit, veggie burgers, pretty much any fruit, sweet potato, oranges definitely do.
All you're telling us is your insides are messed up.
Cider.
Yeah, cider.
You don't have to keep naming things that make you need to toilet, bro.
Sometimes a cool breeze coming from the south.
The cool breeze. Well, good thing there's none of that tonight for you, right?
It's like jizz in my pants. Yeah, it's
yeah, I got where you were going. Although people that don't know what that song is now think you just jizz yourself constantly.
We can leave it at that.
Can we do it on we don't do podcast?
Yeah. Anyway, eel up the arse is not needed for me. Put it that way.
Can any of you think any reason this was a logical thing amongst cultures to try?
Like historical Chinese medicine style.
But usually there's some basis, like obviously for leeches, etc.
Yeah, exactly. Leeches, right?
That had a purpose. This doesn't seem like it ever had a purpose.
It sounds like an excuse. Like,
you gotta try everything once, right? Maybe,
a live eel, and it was alive up his ass whilst he was almost dying, like eating his insides.
So it did die. So once they got it out and operated on him, it was dead. So at some point it did die, which is just nasty. Yeah. Anyway.
It's like lemmy wings.
They did say they thought he would die. He definitely would have died if he hadn't sought medical attention as quickly as he did.
Yeah. Disclaimer, guys: don't put an eel up your ass. You did not learn this from us.
No. We're very anti eel up the arse.
Next poll.
That's.
Would you put an eel up your arse? Maybe I should poll absolutely everything you do.
You should maybe from after tonight's conversations, poll the story.
Yeah.
What we for instance, the up the arse one, and we'll go into more for the other ones later because there's still many.
9 people will say yes.
All right. Don't try.
Okay.
Moving on.
Yeah. So the next interesting story we've read this week. So it's Gwyneth Paltrow, and she has launched a new candle.
Sounds
Which smells
delightful,
like-
Jason. What's it smell like?
It smells like her orgasm.
It smells
So-
like an orgasm.
Like her orgasm
Yeah,
as well.
be
Not
specific.
a orgasm, her orgasm.
We're not dealing
Now-
with any of our orgasm here. Gwyneth
Now,
Paltrow.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
so not the smell of her vagina, the smell of her orgasm.
So I believe she did already release something that did smell like her vagina. And
What?
that was really successful. Yep. So it's also a candle. So there's actually called This Smells Like My Vagina candle. €83.
Whoa.
What
it's
can
from
that
her
even smell like, though?
A vagina, obviously. What else?
Yeah, but the other one was a vagina to start with.
So I'm confused. But anyway, so she has a company called Goop. They've got like a TV series on Netflix as well. It's all about female health, but also like health in general, and a lot about kind of alternative products and mindfulness, I think, anyway, et cetera, et cetera. And so this smells like my vagina sold out in hours. So it was clearly successful. So yeah, now it's her orgasm. Like, how did they get that? Like, what the hell?
I
want to know what
very
came first. Like, excuse the pun.
She did.
Did they set out to make something smell like a vagina and orgasm, or did they like make a candle and think, "Fuck, this smells disgusting"? Throw it in a bin. It smells like a damp, wet Tokyo fish market. It's disgusting. Throw it away.
Yeah.
Wait. I've got an idea how we can market this.
Listening.
Because
You're saying Goop's got a great marketing department, right?
Yeah,
They're just coming up with these disgusting things. And
I'm curious to smell it. I've got to be honest. $83.
But I think that's why it's selling, curiosity. I don't think people are particularly going to go, "Oh, this room smells nice," but do you know what it needs? Vagina.
Pussy, yeah. Yeah.
Don't
really
think that's the smell people are going for that. Could be wrong.
Have you
Everything's
ever?
what does she do
fetish,
next
remember?
as well? What does she do next? So she's done vagina, orgasm.
Her ass.
Exactly, right? Next one's going to be the smell of her
I
shit.
think she like lights it up when
Theo?
her friends are around, and she's just like, it's not good.
Doesn't need to, mate. She's there.
That's true. And also, is she laughing at the people who buying it, or is she like taking it serious?
She's making a lot of freaking money from it.
Yes, she's just had a very good idea. But equally, you wouldn't get old John Smith going like, "Oh, I made a candle. It smells like my jizz. Do you want it?" That would not sell.
Definitely not John
Are
Smith.
you sure? Have you tried it, Mark?
This interview is over. No, I just think, what celebrity do you think, a male celebrity that could go, right, this smells like my jizz, and it would sell?
Ryan Gosling. Will
Well,
Smith.
you said that too quickly.
Who's Thor? Who's the Thor actor?
There's a theme here. Like, you've got a weird crush on Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, this happened in the last
Who
video.
doesn't?
We got a soundbite for you from last week talking about.
Yeah, then not next week.
I thought Dwayne Johnson immediately.
Dwayne Johnson.
He's just so current and successful. I think people would buy that. No?
I'm sure Gwyneth will try and partner with him for Goop.
Rob, here's another poll for you. All right, just smelling candles. Who would you rather buy, Ryan Gosling's or Dwayne Johnson's?
Okay.
I know who I would pick.
Because
who would you pick, Rob? Who would your choice?
There's going to be 2 votes.
Who would you pick?
Out of them 2?
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling, Dwayne Johnson. I think I'd have to say The Rock.
Of course you would. The People's Champion.
I've got nothing against Ryan Gosling. I quite like him, but
he's a cool guy.
I reckon
whatever.
Competition.
I reckon The Rock eats more pineapple, right?
Oh, so you're saying
I think his diet might be cleaner.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know. He must eat a lot of shit to be that big.
No, he only does 1 cheat day a week, and my God, they are proper cheat days.
Is that
eat,
true?
like, yeah, I've seen his. It's on his Instagram. He has like 45 burgers, like 2 massive fish and chips, all these drinks, snacks. He has it once a week. He just goes mental, eats everything, and then the rest of the week he's very.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
it's weird. Check out his Insta. You'll see a lot of this stuff on there.
And I only have 2 cheat days a month. See, I'm so good at this.
Is that why you did like The Rock?
That's crazy. Yeah, he's a lad though, right? It's great.
No, you took
Anyway.
Ryan Gosling, and that's it. Okay, next.
Anyway, back to Gwyneth Paltrow's orgasm.
Yeah,
So you're gonna be buying
that's a
that for
weird
your,
thing to say. That too.
Are you gonna buy this as Christmas presents for girlfriends,
No.
mums, sisters?
I need a girlfriend
dads?
first.
Oh, okay.
Do you reckon there's a cheaper option of like, say, who's a proper minger? Like one of those only
Be
ways
careful what
Essex
you
girls.
say, Okay,
Yeah,
good
no.
on. That was a good one.
Yeah,
like a cheaper option.
Yeah, you can get in Poundland or something.
What would you be willing to pay
Poundland.
for?
I reckon I'd
Yeah.
smell. What? I
What?
reckon I'd spend. I'll say £22 on a candle that smells like piss.
The only way is Essex orgasm or vagina.
Maybe
That would
not that
sell.
one. Maybe
That would sell.
you reckon? Yeah, probably would.
Definitely.
I
They got the brand. They got the fan base.
prefer anonymous. I think. Just yeah.
trying to
Okay,
think.
right.
Beyonce's would sell more. Next.
Yeah, we discussed whose jizz we want to smell, but not who's.
Let's just leave Beyonce out
Yeah.
of this. Yeah, let's move on.
Okay, move on.
Okay, so away from orgasm and vaginas and back to penis. Or I guess,
Back to
because
it.
that's
We weren't
vagina
talking about
and penis.
dick beforehand. Go on.
A little bit, and I'm sure we have other weeks. But no, now so we've gone things up the arse, vagina, smelling, and now penises. So the title of this article is, or the headline: Leech crawls inside elderly man's penis and drinks a pint of blood. So this happened. I'll give you a little bit of background. It's happening in Cambodia. So the man was left in agony. Obviously, he wasn't in a great shape when that happens. Severe pain. So he took off his clothes and went for a dip, for a swim in the pond, and that's what he got. And there's also pictures on this article that I'm about to tweet out with what they pulled out of him, which doesn't look
God.
so nice.
How long was this leech that came out? It must have been huge. A pint of blood for a leech.
Blood, yeah.
One leech.
Straight from
Yeah,
the dick.
it's like a monster leech.
Have to be. How did they get
But then it
out?
went up his penis, though.
How did they get
Not that
out?
big.
Yeah.
So the doctors had to operate.
Oh, I was going to say, imagine pulling that
Yeah.
out. It's like giving birth. Out your dick.
How did he go in?
Yeah, exactly. So it looks huge. How did it go in? Would it go in small and just grow up really quick? I guess all the blood made it bigger really quick, I guess.
Yeah. But that's a pretty small target to aim at immediately.
Have you guys seen Stand By Me?
Yes.
Don't
Yeah.
think so.
There's a dick sucking leech in that.
Is that a metaphor for something you don't like in it, or is it really?
I don't think Jason would have seen it. Ryan Gosling's on
Does that count as him getting his dick sucked? I mean, that's.
it. And
That
then,
foreplay.
is that bestiality?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's another poll for you, Rob.
I think my favourite bit of this story is when I read the article. There's a picture of like 6 doctors having a selfie of the leech. They're proper having a nice
God.
little like pose and
Looking at it
smile. Like, here's the leech, here's the dick sucking leech, and yeah, just like,
sounds
straight,
So
cute.
proud of themselves.
straight for the gram.
And like how it took like 7, whatever they are, doctors, surgeons and stuff to get it out. So yeah.
They definitely probably did not need 7. They're like, mate, you got to see this.
Yeah.
Huge leech in his dick. Come in, John, mate. Stop
You're
cleaning that floor. Get
You're
in here.
fucking kidding me.
No bullshit, son. Yeah. That's how they sound, right?
Yeah. Straight up Cambodian, that was.
East End Cambodians or whatever, yeah. So yeah, life tip right there. When in Cambodia, do not swim in freaking ponds, man.
Or
Did you-
maybe wear a condom if you're
Did
gonna do
you
it.
did you guys remember I had a parasite in my stomach?
Oh my god! You,
Vaguely, yeah,
Yeah.
years ago.
That came from either Cambodia or Thailand, depending on timing.
Did you swim in many ponds in that area of the world?
No, I was in a boat. I might have been in water, but it's probably more likely to come from Thailand because I was in dirty water with elephants. But yeah, luckily it didn't get through my dick. I don't think. More likely to be
Oh, yeah.
because you were smart and wore a condom, right?
exactly. Got naked and
man.
wore a
So-
condom.
Well, you know, staying safe. I respect that, man.
But that was only for shagging the elephants.
Whoa! Do they have names?
Nah, didn't find out.
Nope. I never have sex with people that have names.
Kicks them out of the bed
Checks out.
before asking. Yeah.
Oh, what delightful! Yeah, these are pretty. Jason, these have been rather grim stories. I'm assuming your next story is not going to be on that level, no?
No, it's actually quite a nice story.
Oh,
So the
tell
next
me
one we
more.
found we thought would work well is a man's bladder explodes after holding in pee for 18 hours after a beer binge. So yeah, we've gone from asses, vagina orgasms, penises, and now exploding bladders.
That's
So
going to
yeah,
make me
a little bit of-
paranoid for the rest of my life now because,
I did not know that could happen.
yeah.
It's worrying, isn't it?
How he must have? I just can't fathom, like how much he must have drunk, and how would you not know you need to piss?
Well, I'll give you a little bit of
I
background.
think he
everyone,
did
and I just
know.
tweeted it out. So this happened in China, I believe. Well, the man was Chinese. Maybe it's New York,
Okay.
New York Post, from the Fox News. So a 40-year-old man identified only as Mr. Hu reportedly fell asleep, or they say probably passed out, after downing 10 bottles of beer during a heavy night session the prior night. And he didn't go to the toilet at all through that time. Fell asleep.
Right.
Oh, God.
So after experiencing searing abdominal pains, he went. So it did happen in China, in Eastern China. He went for a CT scan, and it revealed that his bladder was torn in 3 places.
How did he piss before he went for the CT scan?
Yeah, I guess he probably did, but the damage was already done.
'Cause that did not make that clear. And I was thinking, you know, I don't generally think I get a CT scan before going for a piss. That's
I know he goes. So he failed to relieve himself. So he literally, at some point, he couldn't pee. He literally
oh
couldn't
my
pee.
god!
So once
That sounds
things
terrifying.
literally exploded, it's like the pee went to other places, I guess. I don't know. Then that was
Do you
it.
think, like,
So-
he had a drink after it exploded and it just pissed out without it, like, it pissed out from the bladder before it came down for his dick? Maybe.
That's terrified me.
I'm thinking of the times in my life where I've said, I feel like I'm about to explode. Remember when we were in Portugal, Mark, and we went to the festival? We were heavily drinking, obviously. And we were in a big queue to get into Nos Alive. And, oh my God, when I ran for those toilets, I've never been so happy in my life. It was like...
Well, not while you were running for them. Because running for a toilet doesn't seem like very enjoyable.
I remember we got a selfie of it. I mean, we could post that on our social media. Yeah, but I needed a piss so bad it warranted a selfie. It was, yeah, I might have been standing there for 45 minutes just pissing because it was, yeah.
It's an emotional moment for you.
Yeah, I'm just trying to imagine that feeling even times 1% more would be horrendous. So,
like, I'm confused that this guy had 10 alcoholic drinks and didn't need to pee. Like, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Ever.
Just be wary of when your friends say, don't break the seal. I think you should break the seal.
Yeah, it's healthy. I think that's the moral of the story.
We're learning lots of life lessons, aren't we, through this podcast?
I feel like I'm a more wise, knowledgeable young man through this, you know?
We're becoming edutainment. We're entertaining and educating the listeners.
Yeah. No,
Exactly.
it's,
So I'd like to just point out really quick that the guy had a full recovery. He's okay. He's back to full health.
Who?
The guy, this particular guy, Mr. Who. He survived, and he's
that was my
back to
joke.
full health.
oh my God. that was his name.
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's the best. Have you tweeted up this link, Jason?
I did. It's out there. It's out there forever now. Not going.
How can we turn
Okay,
this into
that's
a
good.
poll? Would you piss after 10 beers?
I mean, if no, everyone's going to say yes to that.
Well, I don't know. These White Lives Matter people are kind of strange. You're gonna get you saying yes and 9 people saying no.
I'm worried that's going to become our fan base. Just we condone everything, right? You know. But
all we get is hate mail.
Hey, hate mail is better than no mail, right?
Can you imagine? We continue doing it, just getting nothing but hate.
I'm like, oh, Jason, I've had 3 death threats this week. I've had 4.
That's a good week.
We just come on here every week, so enthusiastic and happy. Knowing
You're
that
like,
only
bitches, I got 7 hate mail.
only haters are listening.
So jealous. Yeah. No, yeah, it's a bit of an unorthodox choice of stories this week, but it had a good theme behind it, I felt.
We've
What was that theme, Mark?
Body is failing. And candles.
Very critical area. And candles.
Yeah. No, yeah, an emotional moment. Also, quick one for you football fans. We might be having an early update of Liverpool winning the Premiership tonight as well.
What?
Because they
I
are...
can't believe it.
Chelsea are winning 1-0, and if Man City do not win, Liverpool are the champions.
I've literally waited my whole life for this day, potentially.
And also, next week will be a historic moment, Jason, because it is our last podcast whilst we are 31.
Oh.
You mean 20?
And yes, 21. Just like when you met your girlfriend and told her you were like 3 years younger than you.
I think that was your idea.
We wanted to see if we could pass.
Along.
How old was we? Like
25.
And we said we were 22 or 23.
23.
And they bought it. We looked at them like mugs.
Years.
Yeah, that's not even good. Is it?
Yeah.
I
She
think
was
it was like
livid,
21. Yeah, when she found out a week or so later. Yeah.
Well, you didn't think you were going to see her again.
Exactly. I thought it was okay. Yeah.
Joke's on
That
you.
was a strange one. Jokes on me.
So, moral of the story, if you're going to lie to your girlfriend about your age, stick to it. They never need to know. When do they need to find out, Jason? When do they need to find out?
I think if you lie about your age, make it worth it as well. Not just when you're 20, 25 to 23.
It would be different if you're 30 and saying you're 24. But we was at that age where actually we was a decent age anyway.
Yeah.
So why lie? It worked though, right?
I think we just wanted to see if we could pass for younger, and we did, and we felt good about ourselves.
So try that again. Let's go on holiday when the world's back to some kind of normal. Pretend we're like 29.
I'm going to say, yeah. I'm 29. That'd be cute.
If we don't get away with that, there's a problem as well.
Yeah. So. Then you know life's over, and maybe just stick to radio.
I've got a really big question, by the way, before we leave. Rob, your hair. Are you sticking with it, or are you going to get it cut once hairdressers are back?
Oh,
which is on the 4th instantly.
It's on the 4th, is it?
It is on the 4th. Next Saturday.
So you had a question on your Instagram.
I literally see about 4 human beings a week at the moment. So right now, I mean...
And you won't be soon. From the 4th, you could see hundreds.
I quite like my long hair. The only problem is it's flicking and curling at the back. Yeah. I was debating shaving the sides, but I don't think I will. I think I'd look a bit slimy if I did that. So it's quite Kurt Cobain right now.
Yeah, I know that.
And
the good thing is you're not 27, so I haven't got to worry that you're going to top yourself.
No, even though someone suggested I should.
Oh, you getting
Yeah.
hate mail? Cute.
Living the dream, Rob. Living the dream.
Yeah, no, I've made it now. Getting hate mail.
I reckon Rob will keep it for 2 weeks and then he'll get rid of it.
Yeah.
No,
That's my bet.
I think I'm going to keep it. It's been too much effort, too much time spent on it.
Breaking
Checks out.
news. I liked it, Rob. All right.
Well, we'll find out.
I
Right.
think it's the end of this week's podcast.
It is another good one, boys. Thanks for the entertaining and educational chat.
Yes.
And I'm hoping next week we'll have similar educational and exciting news to tell you guys again.
Yes.
Sure
And
will.
anyone listening, please send in stories, questions, requests, opinions.
Yes. And where
Hate
can they
mail.
find us?
Yeah. Where can they find us? Good questions. So you'll find us on YouTube, 3WND. You'll find us on Twitter, 3_WND. And what's the Instagram, Rob?
Well, again, you can search free WMD. I don't know if there's an underscore, but you'd find it. Free. That's the word free, by the way. THREE and then WMD.
That's a good point. 3_WND, the word 3. Yeah, just break my phone.
Yeah.
So just to clarify, _WMD for the Instagram, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
And that's where you find us. So yeah.
Excellent.
Like,
so yeah,
follow,
write in as Rob
post.
said. And for love of God, wear a condom if you're going to go swim in the pond. And
Indeed.
that is us signing off. Cheers, guys.
Cool. Peace out.
Bye, guys.
See you later.
Bye-bye.
All right.